Don't criticize your spouse. Don't criticize your spouse. Abraham Lincoln said it this way: the best thing a father can do for his children is to love their mother. And I know not every situation has a mom and dad at home. And if you're a single parent rearing your children, you have my utmost respect, because that is a challenge. And keep it up, and thank you for watching this video. If there are two of you in the home, if there is a mom and a dad in the home, boy, work to be a team. Don't tear the other one down. If you have the privilege of having two of you pulling on the same rope to rear that child, by all means, don't pull in different directions. And that child should not hear you criticize their mom or criticize their dad. That is not helpful. You are tearing down your greatest ally, and don't do that. Don't criticize your spouse.
I think so many of our kids have left our home and gotten married, and now they have their own kids. And how many times I've seen them, my girls and my boys, come back to need their dad for advice, to talk to him. That if I had lived a life where I kept tearing him down, would they have come to him? Who would they go to? But our kids are gonna need us as they get older. My kids are gonna need my husband as they get older and make decisions, and I want them to come back to him. So I need to make sure and build him up while they are in my home.
The next one is very similar. It's the opposite of that one. Don't criticize your spouse, but say good things about your spouse. And it's just less self-serving if I tell my kids, hey, tell mom thank you for that. Mom fixed that dinner. Tell her thank you for that. Or isn't mom a good cook? It helps train them to be respectful, appreciative, thankful. It'd be harder for me to say, hey, tell me thank you. It's easier and less self-serving if I say, hey, say thank you to your mom, or isn't mom the best? And that is part of that teamwork, to where not only do you not criticize your spouse, but speak positively about your spouse and let your kids hear it. Don't criticize other good influences in the life of your child. I'm reminded as I say that of my oldest son. Our oldest son is 29 years of age, and he's the worker behind this channel, and he does all the videos and just does a great job, and we're very, very proud of him. There is a Christian businessman that he goes and talks to probably twice a year, probably every 6 months. And I am just thankful that he'd be wise enough to do that. Now, I know your son might not be 29, he might be 4 or 5 or 7, but just think of this principle. Why would I ever criticize that businessman? Is that businessman just like me? No. Do we have differing opinions? I'm sure we do. Does he do everything just like I would? I'm sure he doesn't. But why would I want to criticize or tear down that other good influence in my son's life? Well, there are a couple of reasons why. Maybe number one, maybe I like to be the father of all knowledge. Maybe I want him to come to me for help. Maybe I'm jealous or insecure. There are reasons why I would do that, but none of them are good, right? Now, let's go from that 29-year-old to the child that lives in your house. I know that coach isn't perfect, or that teacher isn't perfect, or that school or church leader, is not perfect. And I'm not saying that everything they do is correct. I'm not saying that. But be very careful criticizing those other good influences in your child's life. Those good influences might be telling them, hey, you need to obey your mom and dad. Hey, your dad's a good man. You need to listen to him. Or your mom, boy, she's great. You make sure that you're being kind at home. Boy, those are good things that they need to hear, and we don't want to hurt the effectiveness of these other good leaders in their lives.
So we want to build up our child's leaders instead of tearing them down. We don't know what other influence is maybe going to be such a huge help to them and maybe be a turning point for them, or they're going to say something that clicks with them and be like, oh, I've never looked at it that way, or wow, that makes sense. We don't know. And I would hate to have torn that person down, and then that person said something and they're like, well, my mom said this about him, so I don't know if that's really accurate, or that we're just tearing, we don't know who we're tearing down that is going to be able to help our child someday if our child needs help.
I was thinking, as you were saying that, as a teacher in a school system for 30 years, I've been here long enough now that I'm teaching the children of the students I taught 25, 30 years ago. And it's amazing that those kids that I taught 25, 30 years ago, who I've developed a relationship with for 25 or 30 years, and who I know speak confidently and complimentary about me to their kids, it's amazing how much those kids look up to me. And to be honest, I don't deserve that, but you know why they respect me? Because their parents are saying good things about me. And you know what? That gives me good influence to help that child become what that parent wants them to be. That helps me work as a team with that mom and dad. So just be very careful criticizing other good influences in your children's lives. And like my wife said, the opposite of that is build them up. Be secure enough to allow them to look up to other adults and understand that adult possibly could be praising you and helping your influence. So recognize that. And let me just say this before we go on. I hope you're in a spot where there's other good adults. If there's not, boy, I would go to a place where I could confidently put my children around good influences, and in our home, good godly influences. And if you're not a part of a good church, boy, I'd strongly encourage you to be a part of a good church where you can look at the people and know they're not perfect, but know that your children are surrounded by good people and that you can speak positively about the other good influences that they have in their lives.
You know, we need all the help we can get. Like, I need all the help I can get with my girls, other ladies, Sunday school teachers. They'll come home and say things that they have taught them in class. I am so grateful. I don't need to be the mother of all knowledge. I need help. I don't know everything. I don't know everything that my kid needs to know is not gonna just come from us. It's gonna come from a whole bunch of different people. I just wanna make sure that they are open to listening to those people, that I haven't torn them down.
Psalm 34, 1 Peter chapter 3, tell us if you wanna have a good day, if you wanna enjoy your life, refrain your tongue from evil and your lips that they speak no guile. If you wanna enjoy your life and you wanna enjoy this stage that you're in rearing children, and I know that it can be stressful, but I know that you want to be productive, you want to be successful, and you want to enjoy your kids. You know what? Control your words. You can do it. Control your words. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.